enjoy the show after the beep.
Did I do that? I must have. How are you?
I think I just turned the volume up on my phone by accident.
Is there anything else we should say before we start the show?
Well, the show's started. Show's happening.
What? Yo, that's not a fair place to put your fucking microphone. I didn't see that. I could have looked up. I think, man, maybe what I should do is put more effort to seeing if the show has actually started or not.
Hey, everybody. It's the show. Our audience doesn't have a name. And I think that's what sets us apart from everyone else.
We got to call them the Chronics.
The
Chroners. What's up? What's going on, the Chroners?
Wow. What do y'all think happens
when you die?
When you die? Yeah. What do you think happens when you die? Could it be like putting on a new suit? Is dying like getting out of a fast-moving vehicle? When you die, does it feel like there's wind in your hair? When you die, is it like getting stabbed a lot, but from the inside? You think dying feels good and it's deceptive and then you're dead?
I think when I die, I'm going to become a big old glass of juice and lemonade.
I'm going to be a big old glass of juice. I wish I could be a big old glass of juice right now. Hey. What do you want today's show to be about?
I want it to be about chum.
Chum?
Dude, okay, speaking of chum.
Holy shit. It's about to get... Sorry, I'm trying to be a Foley artist is my goal.
You remember last week when I told you, or yes. Maybe it wasn't last week.
I remember last week happening.
Do you remember when I told you I was watching Adventure Time?
Yeah, that was last
I stopped.
week.
Not like on purpose. I just haven't in a few days.
Doing it.
But I started watching River Monsters.
What was that?
You don't know River Monsters?
I don't know River Monsters.
Whoa! Did you ever watch the Animal Planet?
No.
Whoa, dude!
Wait, so is that like a nature thing?
Yes.
Is that like a show about when nature comes a calling?
Okay, have you ever watched Animal Planet before?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, what show do you have you seen on Animal Planet?
I don't know. I might have seen River Monsters. I just haven't.
You never paid attention like that. It was
yeah.
like you just flipped it and it's like
Yeah, it's like,
Animal
there's
Planet's on.
things happening.
But you know how an
the
Animal Planet
television.
show is like, I went into the deep dark abyss and I went looking for a fucking leopard, mate.
Yeah.
And this is my journey. That was a wolf.
Yeah.
In case you were wondering.
Sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure he's getting killed.
And they recorded the audio.
Yeah.
So
As their like tagline for the show called Monstered Man.
Monstered Man.
Monstered Man. He's the I'm in the heart of Guyana.
Yeah.
And I'm looking into the deep dark abyss for a leopard.
I've been looking.
I've been looking for this leopard.
I wish
Once I find it, the New York government's gonna give me a decree that I'm the leopard man. I don't know who that is. Probably his name's probably like
Dirk.
Dirk or like Dirt. River Man. MANN. I'm River. And I'm gonna take you on a journey to a fucking leopard.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah,
They're all kind
I'm
of
with
like
you.
that. River Monsters is a show like that with a guy named Jeremy Wade. Jeremy Wade.
Is it because he's going through rivers?
I mean, I didn't even think about that, dude. Like wading through a river. That's hilarious. It's false. It totally is.
Oh, that's awesome.
But he's like a cool guy.
Yeah.
Who fishes.
Okay.
He's like a fisherman, like
Yeah.
an angler and a biologist, and he goes looking for this show. I don't know. It started in like
looking for trouble.
he goes looking for trouble.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's I think it started in like 2006
He
or
never
something.
finds it.
No, he finds
he's
it.
he's like, man, I just wish something would go wrong.
Dude, okay, here's a better example of River Monsters is like if you know those shows about cryptids where they're like, we're looking for Bigfoot. But
Yeah.
guess what? Spoiler alert, they never find they never find a modicum of evidence that
Yeah.
Bigfoot exists.
Yeah.
Right? But they have like 8 seasons about it.
Yeah.
Right? It's set up like one of those shows, except every episode they find the thing they're looking for.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're like, there's a fucking monster ass fish that swallowed a guy. And it's like, sorry, hold on. That sounded like I was just saying that. So every episode, there's like, he goes out into fucking the middle of nowhere in the Amazon to this like tribe of like villagers or whatever, and they'll tell like stories that have gone on throughout the tribe. Like, a couple weeks ago, my son was out like trying to kill a beetle, and then a fish jumped out of the water and cut his head off. Something like that, right?
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
It's not always that gruesome, but
yeah.
that's the idea. And so he's like, I'll use my fishing knowledge to find the fucking fish. And then he does.
That's crazy.
Oh, most episodes. He's like, he tries to figure out what kind of fish it could have been.
Yeah.
Or what kind of animal it could have been. Right? And then he catches some of the craziest things you've ever seen in your life. It's like he rolled out a giant he was looking for a bull shark at one point because he was just going to catch a bull shark, which is nuts. And so he gets something on the line and it's like super heavy. He's like fighting for like an hour to get it in, and he pulls it in. It's not a bull shark. It's just a giant. It's just the biggest fucking fish you've ever seen. It's like it's like a fucking boulder, and its face is like.
It's like, how did you? How did I get here?
It's like, huh? Who am I? I thought I was supposed to be swimming.
What do I do now?
Dude, it's such a good show, and I recommend it if you can find it on some. I'm watching it on Pluto TV.
Yeah.
Or Max. It's also on Max too.
Really?
Yeah, they don't have all the episodes on Max, so that's why I went to Pluto TV to watch some.
That makes sense.
But it's just fun. It's just a cool show that I've been watching, and I've been watching it because we got a new TV in our bedroom.
It's a good reason to watch stuff.
It was free too. I love a free. You ever get a free TV?
I've had it happen. Yeah.
A free TV that's like nice.
Yeah.
We got from our grandma because she was like, we didn't like that one anymore and got a new one, even though there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And we're like, fuck yes.
That's awesome.
Give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that. And so, and it's like beautiful.
Yeah.
It's the first like beautiful TV I've had where I'm looking at it. I'm like, wow. You know, when you go to the store and you're walking by the TVs, you go, whoa, why don't I have a TV like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's we have one now. And it's like, fuck yes.
That's pretty cool.
You want some bad news?
I mean, no, but I guess if there is some, I'll take it.
It's a Vizio.
Oh.
How do you feel about Vizio?
I mean, most of the TVs I've had are Vizio.
Oh, are they good?
They're fine.
Never mind, it's good news.
But was Vizio the one that is doing the stupid thing soon? Or was that a different company?
I've just heard that Vizio is bad.
Yeah, I've never disliked. We got our first Vizio TV when I was in middle school, maybe. Mm-hmm. And I've always thought they were pretty good.
I think they're cheaper is the thing.
Yeah, they totally are.
And that's kind of the thing with them is like they're
definitely cheaper. But I've never noticed that be like a problem.
Yeah. It's like a step above like an off-brand. You know when you get like a e-waste computer or something, you know what I'm talking about, where it's like, I've never heard of that brand before. Yeah. And you're like, there's a reason why.
Yeah.
It's like a step above that, I think, is what Vizio is.
I'm sure that's true.
So,
but the one that's in our living room is a Vizio TV, and we've had it for 3 or 4 years, and it still works great, and it still looks good. So.
And the one we have looks good despite it being a Vizio. So, I mean, like that. Who cares? I mean, that's all that matters, and it's great. Sponsored by Vizio. What if that was our sponsorship look? I heard it was bad.
I guess it's not that bad. But I did hear about a TV company doing something soon where they're gonna, I don't know. I don't remember. There's no point in me telling this because I don't remember enough of it to make it interesting. So I like that you like your TV.
Thank you, Tim.
Yeah,
that's what we talk about every. You ever notice that? Every week we talk about my TV.
I'm not sure.
You know what else we've been doing?
What's that?
Dude, we've been watching movies.
Good for you.
Hey.
What is it?
What do you think?
What is it?
What movie, if you were to get me back into watching movies, what movies do you think I'm watching?
Criminal movies?
We have a history with it.
Carrie Fisher movies. Every movie that Carrie Fisher was in.
I don't know those. I only know Star Wars. Yeah, that's that.
There's more than one.
There's more than one Star. So how about
you're just watching Star Wars movies, but only the ones that Carrie Fisher was in.
That's like 8 of them.
That's most of them.
we just skip Phantom Menace.
Yeah. Wait, is she in the other 2? What movies are you watching?
The Marvel movies.
Oh, okay.
We started.
I was gonna guess that, and I didn't.
You know what? I used to have opinions on the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
One is an opinion that I still hold is that it's dumb that you have to watch all of them to know.
Yeah,
and it starts early too.
Yeah,
we were watching Iron Man 3, and I was like, so much stuff in this is just important to watch the other ones. Yeah, which is, if you let go of that, it's fine. And who cares? I don't care anymore. I just want to see them again. Yeah, and they're good. Yeah, but I used to have opinions about Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3. Mm-hmm. They're good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I don't know what the fuck I was on about.
Yeah.
Was I just a high school contrarian? What was going on?
I think so, because I had a similar experience with those two movies. I was like, I remember being like, these are not it. Mm-hmm. And then the last time I watched them, which was probably 2 or 3 years ago now, I was like, okay, I think maybe the 3 Iron Man movies might be my favorites.
Yeah, they're great. We watched
really
all
like
those. Like, I had a completely different ranking than what I remembered. And like, so far the last one we watched was Iron Man 3. Mm-hmm. Right now, it's like Captain America was the bottom one for me.
Yeah.
And I was like,
same.
and I think that was just because it's like, just it happened.
It's fine.
It happened.
It's not, that movie
Nothing
is
to
not
it.
as good as I remember. Captain America, it's good. I'm not saying it's like bad.
But like none of, if we're talking, like if we're thinking, not really a lot of them are bad. Yeah. That I've seen at least. I'm curious.
I don't think they start getting bad until later.
Because I also wasn't a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm really curious now to know if I'm like, and I do remember the second time I watched them, I was like, I'm going in with an open mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And I also really wasn't a fan of Ant-Man either. So we'll see if it ends up being good. I always thought Joey was crazy for saying like Iron Man 3 was his favorite one. And I watched it, and I don't think it's my favorite of I think it's my least favorite of the Iron Man still, but that doesn't mean anything about the movie. Yeah. It just means that I like all those Iron Man 2 is my favorite one. That's the one at the top right now. Yeah.
It's a good movie.
After we watched it, I was like, why do I like that one the most? Why? I think it's just, that's funny. I think it just checked all my boxes. Yeah. I think it's just what I wanted to see. It was good. Interesting. Iron Man's cool as fuck.
Hell yeah. Man,
go ahead, say it. Say it to me. I could take it.
It was quite a while ago. I feel like I saw this, but they were talking about the making of the first
movie ever.
The first Iron Man movie
in Ireland.
They were talking about when they made the first Iron Man movie and
how like 80 people died on set.
How they
because he misfired one of his blasts.
They didn't really have like a script, and they just kind of did a bunch of shit.
Really,
and it worked out.
That checks out.
And now I'm like, I can see why things have gotten bad, really bad. Because I feel like if you do that and it works out, you don't have the right mindset of going forward.
Nope, you don't. You're like, maybe we should just do that and see where it takes us.
That's really funny.
And hey, man, it took them to a really good spot, but they kept doing it.
Yeah, then they kept going. And
so it's like, well, now you're playing with fire.
It probably would have been okay if they had stopped. But
you should have stopped at Avengers.
I'll be interested if you do watch the third Guardians movie. You'll have to let me know what you think about that one because I like it.
I'm planning to watch them all up, and I'm a psychopath, so I might watch the series too, just because it's like I want to catch up.
What do you? Oh, just like all of them.
No, I'm not going to do Daredevil because I don't think, or they just released the new one. They did just make a new. Do you know that there's a new Daredevil?
I've heard that the episodes, which may just be one, I'm not sure, that are out are not great.
Well, I've heard that about a lot of the recent Marvel stuff. So, but I want to see for myself, I guess.
Absolutely.
And
for sure.
I just don't like that I'm going to. You know the reason why I'm doing this?
Why?
Is because I really, really wanted to watch the Doctor Strange multiverse movie again. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, but I feel like I should I haven't seen them.
You should get there.
I haven't seen them in 7 years.
Yeah.
Which doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but I'm like, oh, it has been that long. It was about time to rewatch them, I guess.
Well, I mean, I thought that it hadn't been that long since I watched them. And then it's been at least 3 years for me, maybe longer. Mm-hmm. I
think we were doing the show.
Yeah.
I think you talked about it during the show.
Okay, so 3-ish years, because I think it was right at the beginning then, probably, because it's been a while, but not that long. Mm-hmm. Not that long.
Not long.
Not long enough.
It needs to be longer for you to get into it.
It's got to be longer.
So
I'm always into it if it's longer. So you what movies is that? That's Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Did you watch Hulk?
I didn't get to finish it. I was watching it. Emma didn't. Emma's gonna skip around for what she wants to see.
That's fair.
Because she also did that like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Or like right before we met, she watched them all. So she's seen them all kind of, but she's watching them with me because she wants to watch movies with me. And so anytime I'm like, I want to watch this, she's like, cool.
Yeah.
So I didn't finish the Hulk, but I liked what I was seeing.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure
I like it.
I don't think I think I kind of already, I mean, I remember it pretty well. So I know where it will be in my rankings. I feel okay ranking it with whatever. So it's Iron Man, Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, Avengers, Iron Man 3.
Gotcha.
So Thor was good. Thor was a slow start, but got better as it went on.
Yeah.
It got better and better and better. And then it was like, I like Thor. Thor's cool. Thor's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of cool stuff there. So we watched Captain America first. That was the first, because she wanted to do it
in chronological order.
Gotcha. And I was not interested in that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm the kind of guy that wants to watch it in the order it was meant to come out.
Yeah.
In the order that was going on in their brains while making the movie instead of the exact timeline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
yeah, that makes sense.
I can jump around. I'm able to jump around between timelines. That's fun.
Yeah.
I like a story like that anyway. So, and honestly, it only changes like a few movies. So
yeah, that's true.
So we started with Captain America, and then we were like, yeah, let's just watch them all like we were going to.
Yeah.
So, and what do you know? It made it kind of awkward because I was like, where'd they get the Tesseract from? Oh, from the Captain America movie, which we saw forever ago. But if you were watching them in the order that they came out, you know, it would have been the movie recent. Right before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, so it's like,
yeah,
that's why you don't watch them chronologically.
Right.
Because you're going to forget about shit like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just watched I watched some stuff. Check me out. I watched you know how we were talking about and then we talked? I didn't remember that. I watched the Scott Pilgrim show.
Oh, there's a show?
Yeah, there's a show on Netflix. It's an animated boy that they got the cast back to voice act the animated show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So like 45-year-old Michael Cera's back.
Yeah, yeah. And I have one more episode to go on it, but it's really good. I like it a lot. I was afraid, especially with how it starts out, that it was just going to be here's the movie, but now on the now it's a show, but it's this exact same dialogue and scenes, but it's not. So they vary. Like in the first episode, things are different, and then it's different, and it's very different. And I'm like, okay, cool.
I like a different thing.
We did something else with it, and I like that.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's my favorite. I like when they take something I already saw and make it different.
And I think it's really funny talking to a lot of older people about stuff, and they instilled this in me, and then I have broken away from it finally. Is the not liking stuff when it's different? Yeah,
I know, right?
Because that is such a big thing with all of the people that I know that are like 40 and older. They're all like, why did you change it? And I'm like, what's the point of it again?
Yeah, I know, right? Like
if you now I can understand that with books being made into movies and stuff. Like there is something to be said for like we're doing a visual thing of it, and why are you changing the story? I can understand some of that. I don't think it's necessarily always definitely do it like the book, but I get it. But when it's like a TV show and then they're remaking the show, it shouldn't be the same show. What's the point?
Yeah.
You know, like, and they get upset and you're like, why?
I think my thing is like, I think the best example I have for that is when we watched the Watchmen movie directed by Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
And who is not good, by the way. Zack Snyder. I don't think I've liked a single one of his movies.
They're not,
So, Watchmen, that movie, is literally panel for panel the comic book, right? And so we were watching it, and I was like, I thought it was cool at first, but then I was like, wait a minute, maybe if it was a book that I was reading and I didn't get to see any of it, it would be different. But I saw this shit already, so it's like this is doing nothing for me until they get to the end where the only thing they change is like.
No,
spoiler
it's a bomb.
alert. Yeah, it's a bomb and not a giant fucking monster squid. It's like, well, what was wrong with the monster squid?
Yeah, the monster squid was cooler.
That was part of it was fun.
Yeah.
To do that.
Yeah.
Why did you change it?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And that's what I'm saying about a book. Like, at least in a book, like when you're picturing it in your head, you're not going to picture what they necessarily do in the movie. And there's something to be said for seeing like a visualization of it, even if they don't change anything necessarily. And that's really where I feel like they mess up with that kind of thing is if you're gonna change it, like the Watchmen thing, change it a lot.
Yeah.
Or don't change it. Those are your two options.
I think it's
because I feel like if you just do something really similar but just change a few key details, people are like, "Why the fuck did you do that?"
Yeah,
and that I agree with.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying that's weird because I feel I wanted them to do it completely differently.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to see it panel for panel. I want you to change it.
Yeah.
But then they changed a thing, and I was like, but I don't like that you changed that.
Yeah, especially something like that. Because, like, in a comic book, I mean, you're already getting, like, such a cool, like, a good comic book has this crazy art style. Like, it's got its own thing going on. And Watchmen looks awesome.
Yes, it does.
In the book. And you see what's happening, and that's really cool. And I don't think it gets a whole lot better than comic books. They're pretty damn good. And so making it into a movie, why did you didn't need to?
No.
Is the thing.
And I think maybe instead of changing it, I should probably say like add to it.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. Like, I think if you're going to make a book because movies are limited by their runtime, right?
Right.
So, like, in books, typically, like, the story and everything is longer than what a movie would be.
Yeah.
When you're reading it. Like, so they have to, like, take stuff out.
Yeah.
And that's usually the stuff that they're changing. And then because they took something out, they have to make it so it works in this way.
Yeah.
So they change another plot device.
Yeah.
But that's
and that
why
all makes sense.
That's why a TV show works better because you can make that you can spread that book out if you want.
Right.
And just keep adding to it.
Yeah.
And just add some more. Because if that's what I wanted to see with the Watchmen movie, I was like, I'm going to see dialogue that wasn't in the, but it's still like pertaining to their characters.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll see them in a different scene that does like they're doing different stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just adding to it.
You don't have to change the core of the story, but you gotta do something different with it.
Yeah, you do.
And that something different doesn't have to change the story.
Yeah.
It can just make
be
show
different.
me different stuff.
Yeah.
Then I've already seen this stuff. Show me different parts of it.
And old people hate that.
They hate it. And
they hate it a lot and will complain about it and will tell you about it all the time that wasn't in the book. And it's like, I know, and I enjoyed that.
That's the point. That was why it's there.
And it made me happy to see that because I got to absorb new things.
Yeah. I got a new thing out of it.
Yeah, it was cool.
I feel like the biggest thing that you can do, the best thing that you can do with any of that, if you're doing any sort of retelling of a story, is play to the strengths of what your medium is. Like, you're doing a book, I mean, you can deliver a lot of details that you can't in a movie, like you were saying. So when they do novelizations of films, sometimes those are fantastic because you get all this extra information, and I love that. That's so cool.
And I just want the opposite of that, where you get to see more instead of read more.
And so that's the thing. Like, if you're gonna do like, you know, a movie based on a book, you should do things with the visuals that like really play to the strengths of being a movie. And then, like you said, with a show, I mean, you can kind of do whatever. You can do anything with a show. That's why TV is God.
We're gonna have to let you go. Talk to you next week. Goodbye.